Good evening. Many more days like today and spring fever will be going around. A really nice day today with temperatures in the 40s and even 50s down south. And after that cold spell over the weekend, it felt even warmer than that. I wish I could tell you that it's going to continue, but the fact is we do have a weather system moving at us, which should bring rain to the southern third of the rock and snow, or possibly a mixture here in the north starting later this evening. Now, it sounds like my forecast from yesterday is turning out pretty good, but as we take a look at the satellite picture now, I'll show you why it just wasn't really that great. The system that was supposed to bring the precipitation this evening just blew past us this morning, causing a short period of cloudiness, which you can see now out in the Sea of Japan, but absolutely no precipitation in any form. The frontal system in central China now, though, appears to be stronger, and along with the low-level moisture left in the Yellow Sea from this morning's system, should produce the rain and snow for tonight, ending by midday tomorrow countrywide with colder temperatures behind it. Around Asia today, warmer temperatures across Asia, with Vladivostok up to 19 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Not quite spring fever time there yet, but warmer. Tokyo mostly cloudy with 49, and Taiwan up to 72 degrees today with partly cloudy skies. Looking at the Korea weather map, low this morning 12 degrees in Hongseong. High this afternoon was 52 in Pohang, Busan, and in Daegu. Gwangju up to 49, and Seoul reaching 39 degrees. Forecast for this evening: increasing cloudiness this evening starting in the western areas with snow or a mixture of rain and snow in the north, and rain in the southern one-third starting later this evening. Right now it looks to be between 9 o'clock and midnight. Winds will be southeasterly to westerly at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures will range from the low 20s to mid-30s, Seoul dropping to 24, Campeche down to 20 degrees, and Daegu 27. Tomorrow the precipitation will be ending by midday with a gradual clearing. Winds will become westerly to northwesterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures will be colder from the high 20s to the high 30s, Seoul reaching 30 degrees, Campeche 32, and Daegu up to 38 degrees. The outlook for Friday, partly to mostly cloudy skies and colder temperatures. Ernie?
All right, thank you, Marty.
The ever-popular Marty Sprankle joins us now, minus his gold medal that Bob Costas gave him, with a look at our Sunday weather. Marty, have at it.
Hopefully I can get through this without stumbling too much after those kind words. Anyway, it's only fitting that the game should end with the same kind of beautiful weather that not only started them, but pretty much lasted throughout. Since the opening day on the 17th of September, the Seoul area has only had about 3/10 of an inch of rainfall, and the majority of that all came on the third day of the competition. The afternoon temperatures reached at least into the 70s on every day but one, with the lows never falling beyond the upper 40s. So weather-wise, you couldn't have asked for any better, and that certainly kept the heat off of me. Some specifics on today: the lows dropped down into the 50s this morning. There was some fog problems, particularly from the Osan to Camp Long and Chuncheon area, where the visibility was cut to a half mile or worse for a few hours this morning. The cloud cover that I was expecting to move in this afternoon, it didn't, and I'll tell you why as we look at it on the satellite shot. The area that had the cloud cover out in China yesterday actually did move over us, but that high pressure remained strong enough that the clouds thinned out to almost nothing. The system to the northwest is wrapping up quite nice, but it appears that it will drive northeast over the next couple days and get cut off from the main flow, spinning its wheels up in Manchuria. What we will probably get out of it tomorrow and Tuesday is more cloud cover, much like I was expecting for today, but very little, if any, precipitation, and that wouldn't be until Tuesday anyway. That high pressure is going to hang in there for us. And with the flow being almost straight from west to east through the upper levels, the temperatures won't be changing very much either. Let's look at today's weather now across Asia. Beijing got some rain out ahead of that frontal system. Vladivostok still under fair skies and cool. Northern Japan under sunshine, while Tokyo remained cloudy and mostly cloudy skies south of that, with 90s at Kadena and Clark Air Base. Kuala Lumpur was the coolest we've seen it over the last few weeks, only 83 with intermittent rain. Bangkok had a few glimpses at the sun, which heated them up to 88. And our our final look at Europe and Western Asia. Paris today, sunny skies, but cooling down quite a bit as autumn settles in. Athens, meanwhile, a nice summery 80 degrees. Dublin and Munich are both with light rain and drizzle. Dublin, gusty winds through the afternoon, making that 57 degrees feel much cooler. And the final European hometown pick, Barcelona, Spain, the site of the next Summer Olympics in '92. Today it was much like Seoul. Sunshine was 70 degrees. In Africa, rain for Nairobi, who hasn't seen much of that over the last few weeks. The other spots with fair skies, Cairo at 86. Then we move over to South America, where both Rio and Buenos Aires enjoyed fair weather with mild temperatures. Quito had a few thunderstorms over the last 24 hours, which kept them a cool 63. Caracas also with some precip. Paramaribo, a very warm 92. And now in North America, and the USA had a high today of 105, just about 50 miles from San Diego at Borrego Springs. The low 17 degrees in, you guessed it, Gunnison, Colorado, a little town just under 6,000 people. Weather across the nation, clouds covered much of it east of the Rockies, showers and thunderstorms extending from the central Gulf Coast to Indiana, western Ohio, and eastern Wisconsin. Flash flood watch was issued for southwest Alabama. From the Rockies westward to the west coast, sunny skies prevailed once again. For this last day, I threw in a few hometown picks. First, Flint, Michigan, Mark's hometown. Showers was 72 degrees there. Denver, Colorado was a cloudy 65. And Flat Lick in southeastern Kentucky, where some 700 people reside at the foot of Pine Mountain, partly sunny and a nice 83 degrees there. For Australia, Sydney and Perth, both in the 70s. Sydney, though, was sunshine, cloudy skies for Perth. Darwin up to 88, and of course sunshine. And that's it for the world weather. Let's move back to Korea now, where temperatures today warmed up into 70s for all except Gwangju. They had 80 degrees there. Tomorrow there won't be much different. Today Seoul 76, up at Camp Casey 78 after a low this morning there of 48 degrees. Out on Jeju, a nice 77. Now let's look at the forecasts for tonight. Fair to partly cloudy skies, continuing light and variable winds. The lows will be from the upper 40s to mid 60s. And tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy skies. The winds are going to be west-northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And highs still from the low 70s to the low 80s, even with the extra cloud cover. Outlook for Tuesday, cloudy skies, and there is a chance for rain scattered around the northern portion of the Republic Tuesday afternoon. It's been a long one. It's finally over.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of work, but when you get to meet people like Bob Costas, I guess it makes it all worthwhile.
I hear that. First of all, thanks for using Flint. I guess the only other way you used, what, Flat Lick?
Flat Lick, yeah, that's a big...
You must have went down a list of cities in alphabetical order or something. Just Flint and the next one next on top of it. Thanks, Marty.
All right.
We'll see you.